Court does call the case of the people versus Simpson win.
Laura Willenbring on behalf of the people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. James Fifelski appearing with and on behalf of Simpson Wynn, who is to my right. Please state your name.
Simpson Wynn.
Judge, I filed
This
a
is
bond
your
motion.
motion.
Yep, I'll keep it brief. There's, in addition
Let's
to
hope.
the details, I tried to give Your Honor as much as I could to provide some substance to this. A couple other things I just learned from my client. This is actually, it's an invitation only event, so the people competing in it, one of whom is my client, is by invitation. He is actually sponsored by a game store called Pandora's Prodigies out of Wisconsin. So when he goes to these events, he wears a jersey, he promotes the business, and he gets paid. He's under contract with Pandora's Prodigies to attend these types of events and compete and also promote the business. So it's a work-related travel trip. The additional piece, Your Honor, is apparently one of my client's friends noticed that the complaining witness posted on Facebook several weeks ago that she was not planning to go to this event, which then made it more appropriate, I guess, for my client to confirm his plans. It wasn't until recently that the prosecuting attorney told me that Miss Loggins intended to attend the event, but that would just be as a observer bystander, not as somebody competing. I think, Judge, while certainly my client would not take for granted the opportunity to leave the state, this is, again, it's an important event for him. It is work related. There's very little reason why he would be in contact with Miss Loggins, even if she attends, because it's such a large facility, the Raleigh Convention Center. And my client has not had any bond issues up to date, and really will do everything he can to make sure that doesn't happen. As he recently did, and I think I outlined that when he was told by Miss Loggins' boyfriend that she was going to appear at a similar event. She never did appear, and it turned out she didn't intend to actually appear, but Mr. Sytak raised all sorts of fuss with the management, and my client left of his own free will just to avoid drama. So I really don't think there should be any concern in terms of contact, even if Miss Loggins does attend. So we would respectfully ask the court to grant him permission to travel to North Carolina from July 7th through the 9th, which is Friday through Sunday of this weekend.
Response.
Your Honor, I'm going to object to this request. We have received information and confirmation from the victim in this case that she is planning to attend, and I do not see how defendant can really uphold a no contact order with her there present. I don't think that defense statements are necessarily correct, that there's no way they'll have contact at this convention. So I have confirmation that she is attending, and so I'm going to ask the court that this request be denied.
And Judge, it's my understanding, just to kind of respond to Ms. Willenbring, my client, before this case was even open, I think it was last summer, was at a similar event, and he saw Miss Loggins, and they stayed away from each other. That was before there was any no contact order, because my client does not want to even have contact with her. He's got no incentive to. And he made this plan not knowing that Miss Loggins was going to go, and in fact believed that she was not going to attend. So I think it's certainly reasonable. If this was something in Michigan, and again, as similar to what my client did recently when he found out she might attend a similar event up near Flint, he left. That was a smaller store. This is a huge convention center. My client clearly understands his obligations, just as if he were to see her at the mall.
It's clear to me that he understands it, but actually the thing that is brought forth in your motion, which I reviewed thoroughly, is there is this strange, well, I don't know that it's necessarily strange, but this issue that's going to be going on between your client, the alleged victim in this case, and the boyfriend. It is one thing that if it occurs in the state of Michigan, then I know what will happen, and this court can immediately get jurisdiction at some quick point, if something does occur, because it's in this state, and we would get the necessary and requisite reports and otherwise. What you're really asking me to do, Mr. Pfefowski, is to send your client off to an event in an unrestricted manner, in essence, without many safeguards for the court, with these two other individuals where there have been problems in the past. And so when I look at that, I don't know why I would do that. It's where we are at this point in this case. So, given all of those circumstances, given the representations made by certainly the prosecutor that the alleged victim intends to go to this event, and I'm assuming she would be bringing the boyfriend, and that's, like I said, just a recipe for disaster in this particular case. And so for those reasons, the motion for travel out of state is denied.
Your Honor, can I just make one final request, if it would help?
Why?
Not that I would
Because I
offer
wasn't
this, but
speaking in English regarding my
No,
order, but go
I
ahead.
understand. A GPS tether, would that give the court any more confidence, just because this has been a long planned out event
would
for
give
my
me-
client?
Only to know where he is. It doesn't give me confidence that there isn't going to be some issue that arises. And, quite frankly, Mr. Pfefowski, one of my problems is I was watching the body language and conduct of all of the parties the day we were here in court. And it's not good. And I have a feeling that people can blame who they want to blame for them coming into contact. They're going to find each other somehow. And then I just don't think it's going to be a good thing. So, no, a GPS tether does not help in terms of its concern. Thank you.
Very well. Thank you, Judge.